Hello and welcome to Affogato. If you would like to check out the game, there is a link in the description. This video is kindly sponsored by Spiral Up Games, and if you like Persona, this is definitely going to be up your alley. It gives me huge Persona vibes, and this is very much an RPG combined with reverse tower defense gameplay. And let's start a new game and get right into it. Now, for me personally, I feel like the boss fights are some of the best that you're going to see, as they add a whole bunch of dynamicism. Obviously, the first level that we're going to be going into here is going to be pretty straightforward, but you got to bear in mind it is the tutorial level. This is a really nice tutorial as well. Basically gives you a really easy way to get introduced into the game mechanics. So basically you have energy, and it is known as Penta in the game, and you need Penta to be able to summon these witch cards, and witch cards are basically like your units that you're going to be using to defeat enemies. Every single time you defeat an enemy that has a Penta symbol above their head, you're going to gain 1 energy, and then you eventually will have the ability to summon more witch cards. Now, obviously the strategy and the difficulty comes in actually deciding which card to play when and how to play them, as well as which path to take in a variety of situations. And there are going to be challenges as well when you are entering these various levels. And there are also different enemy types too. So for example, this guy right here has a lance. He attacks in a straight line. He does not attack anywhere else in comparison to the standard enemies. So for example, this guy right here, you see where my cursor is? Maybe you can't see it, but whatever the case, that guy right there without a lance, he attacks as long as you're in range. He'll attack whatever direction he can reach. However, these guys with the lance, as you can see, straight line. If you're in that line, you're going to take some pretty heavy damage. But thankfully, we have an alternate path that we can take. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing here. So let's move on like so. And we're just going to go around him, and thankfully our strength card, which is our main damage dealing card, is going to deal some pretty good damage here. So this is Mephisto. Mephisto is our demon, our familiar that we have a pact with, and our main character that we are playing as is Affogato, which is obviously the namesake of the game, and she is a witch. And as I said to you at the very beginning, this gives me huge Persona vibes for a very good reason. So, the reason being, apart from the fact that it very much has a similar sort of day-night structure where you do particular activities in the nighttime and you perform certain missions and so on and so forth. Apart from that, you're going into various people's minds and attempting to defeat the inner demons that they have affecting them. And in my opinion, that is an extremely cool idea. Love it. And we are going to be attempting to help people out as best we can. And we are going to inevitably be facing some bosses, like I said to you before. And in my opinion, the boss fights are extremely fun. Very challenging. Not sure if the boss fight coming up is going to be something that we'll be able to actually deal with here, but we're going to try it out. Anyway, as you can see, we've just found Aoi's memory shard, and she is currently being bullied at her school, and that, I suppose, is the reason why she has a demon pact. And the demon is taking advantage of the fact that she is vulnerable and more easily swayed by manipulation. So that's the reason why we're coming in here to try and help her out. Anyway, let's see if we can actually defeat a couple more enemies here. I do need to defeat 3 setbacks, as these are setbacks. Hopefully we'll be able to do that. I'm gonna go this way, and generally what I could do is I could go straight over to the boss, but I'm not sure if we can really do that. And now we've defeated... Wait a minute, do I need to defeat another one of these guys actually? That is actually a setback. This is an awkward. Ah, I see. Okay, well that actually puts paid to that then, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm going to need to go over here and eliminate this guy real fast, and then we'll be able to move on. Because here's the thing. Technically, you don't need to complete these challenges, but I like to do it anyway. You know, I'm kind of a completionist nowadays, and I kind of like to do every single thing that the game has to offer. And if I can complete a challenge, then I'm going to try to complete that challenge. And speaking of that, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to defeat the boss. Just so you know, it's going to be a bit of a difficulty. So, you know, just hold your horses and see what's going down here before you, judge me for my poor performance. Which inevitably it will be poor, but that just gives you better opportunity to try it yourself and see if you can prevail where I have failed, potentially. Anyway, there we go. One more time is now over, and Affogato's memory is now coming back, because she actually said that she had lost her memory when she had entered the mind labyrinth, which is exactly what this place is, where you do the main majority of all of the gameplay that the game has to offer, with the exception, of course, of the RPG mechanics. In other words, participating in conversations and dialogue with the various characters around the city, as well as having an overworld as well, where you are able to explore and interact and choose where you want to go. And apart from that, you also have the inevitable, because we are indeed, as Aoi has said right here, a coffee shop owner. And so what you're going to be able to do is you will be able to create your very own coffee for your customers. So if they ask you for something, they say, I'd like an Americano, then you have to make them an Americano, and you have to kind of remember how to do that. Although it does tell you very succinctly and accurately what you need to do. So you'll see exactly what's going on later on in the episode. Anyway, as you can see here, Aoi is obviously very unhappy with her life. As you can see, she's now offered her soul to the demon, and here we have it. This is our first boss fight. As I said to you before, I'm not entirely sure if this is actually possible to be defeated. I'm not sure if you can actually win this. So bear that in mind as we go forward here. So here we go. Now, I'm going to pause the game. You can pause the game at any time with spacebar. And here's the thing. I'm not sure what to go for here. So you can see here, technically what I could do is I could summon the Hermit and I could summon Strength if I wanted to do that. Strength is pretty damaging. As you can see, she does 80 damage. And she's pretty fast at what she does. However, the Hermit is our only way of gaining energy. So that is a big issue here. Because now I'm thinking, shall we go for the Hermit and then go for the Chariot? Shall we go for Judgment? We can go for any of these, basically. We can go for any of these. So I am not sure, because we need to burn through 5,000 HP. As I say to you, I'm not sure if it is even possible, but it definitely is one of those moments where it's kind of like a Dark Souls moment, where you're playing at the very beginning of the game and you think to yourself, oh, this enemy that I'm fighting right here seems way too hard for me at level 1, and it kind of gives me those kinds of vibes. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do this, but we'll try it out. Anyway, I'm going to put Strength out there first, then the Hermit, and we'll see what we can do. So here we go. Now, obviously, as you've already seen, you could change the direction of your characters and the way that they travel by pressing on these little arrows here and changing the direction however you want them to go. And we're just going to continue walking away like so, and then we're just going to move this back over here so we can continue to go this way. And I actually will just continue to go around like so until she actually attacks again. Actually, let's go this way now. Oh, the Hermit has already been killed. Really? Really? Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna die. I'm just gonna die. I don't think I'm actually even able to do this, to be honest. But this is fine, because what's gonna happen now is we're gonna go a little bit back in time. We're gonna go back in time. As you can see, it was the 24th or the 25th of April, and now it is the 9th. So yeah, we're going all the way back, and this kind of gives us a nice backstory as to what's actually going on here. We've just gotten off the bus with Mephisto, who is, again, our familiar. We are bound to her. As you can see, Archdemon Mephisto is her name, and she's a little bit car sick. We're just going to be skipping through some of this if we can. and we're just going to be making our way over to the coffee shop. There is a lot of dialogue in the game as well. I'd highly recommend checking that out because it is extremely funny and it does get you ingratiated in the world quite nicely. So anyway, we're going to be making our way over here. As I said before, you can actually go to a variety of different locations. As you can see, you can actually ride on the subway if you want to. You can go into these various stores as well. I have not done that just yet myself, but otherwise here we have another person here. Hi there, beautiful. You must be Affogato, says Dave. Hello, you are? Your landlord, House. House? Dr. Dave House, but just Dave is fine. Sure. Sure, doctor? I'm a psychiatrist at Aurora Memorial Hospital. Wow, that sounds like a decent job. But to be honest, if I was given another chance, I would rather be a lawyer or something. Anything. Nice to meet you, Dr. House. Just Dave would be fine, my beautiful red-haired lady. It's not red, it's magenta. Yes, that's a common theme as well. Apparently she has to tell people that it's magenta. The house has been repaired and renovated to your precise specifications. You'll like it, he says. Thanks a lot for that. Don't mention it. It's all coming out of your deposit anyway. All I did was walk by every day to see how the construction was progressing. Here are the keys to the front and back doors. Thanks. Oh, one more thing. What is it? Have you forgotten something? Right. Sorry for my forgetfulness. How much rent do I owe you? The security deposit and rent add up to 80,000 gold. Here's the bank account number. All right, just give me a... Oh. Yes. Remaining balance, 100 gold. So, very classic. We're going to have to deal with the fact that we need to make money. We need to make a pretty significant amount of money. And we're going to have to make coffee for people, go into the Mind Labyrinth to also gain gold by fulfilling challenges and so on. And so everything is going to culminate into this wonderful mashing and melding of genres. And actually, it is very, very smoothly done, at least in my opinion. Anyway, here it is, Witchery. Witchery is our coffee shop with Mephisto here. And she's going to be turning on the light in a second. And we're also going to have a little bit of music as well. There we go. Oh, she's hitting her head on the cabinet. She's a bit of a clumsy archdemon, isn't she? Yes, she's a bit of a clumsy one. There we go. Yes, wonderful. And there it is. All right, there's our menu as well, as you can see at the back there. And we're going to get a nice little perusal of all of the things around here too. And we have our wonderful coffee making machines available to us as well. And no doubt we are going to be getting our first customer relatively soon. This place is adequate. It will do for now. Am I hearing things, or is there music in this place? And again, gives me huge Persona vibes, very much liking it. Oh, I turned on the speaker system when I switched on the lights. I'll leave things here to you while I check upstairs. And there she goes. Alright, so now we have the ability to move around once again. And you can check in your backpack. As you can see, I have some soul shards, which are used to upgrade witch cards, which is going to be pretty important. And we also have Aui's memory here, which is something for us. And otherwise, apart from that, we have materials, gifts, furniture, and others as filters that we can use in the menus. We also have a phone here that we can now unlock, and we can play different music if we so desire. We also have quests. Unfortunately, we do not have any quests at the moment, but we will be gaining them very, very soon. And this is what we currently have available to us too. So there are RPG mechanics, like I've said before, and depending on what happens in your day, and dependent on what you train yourself in, you're going to be gaining one of 3 different stats. So for example, you're going to get beauty, intelligence, or courage, either one of those, or maybe 2 of those at any one time, dependent on the activity that you're going to be doing. And otherwise, you then need to be very careful about your next payment. So as you can see, my next payment is in 5 days in actual fact. So I'm going to need to get the rental price of 2,500 before that date is done. And otherwise we have no news, we have no chat or anything like that. Oh, we actually have this right here. That's pretty funny. Dear player, thank you for playing the demo. We are here to give you a thank you gift. Ta-da! The demo exclusive interior decor American Retro Red bundle. Please do not delete the save file of the demo version. Make sure... Yes, you will automatically get the gift in-game when Affogato is officially released. Wonderful. Thank you very much for that. Cat chat. Yes, cat chat. What a very cute thing. Okay, so yes, apart from that, we also have a map here. Unfortunately, yeah, we can't access that just yet, but soon enough. Anyway, let's interact with this. My semi-automatic coffee machine. Let me try to brew a coffee for now. Let's start with the basic Americano. Okay, so I obviously know how to do this because I have been playing this quite a lot. So you just press on the little button here, you get, you know, little beans ground up, and then you just transfer that over to the machine, and then you add the water, add your cup, and then you press the little button, and then we get a whole bunch of espresso. And then we can go here, and we can just add hot water to it, and then we will be able to do the Americano and just add a little bit of seasoning in the form of sugar, and that's going to round off the bitterness. That's going to be real nice. There we go. And there are some actual specialty coffees that you're going to be able to create as well. For example, there is iced coffee, there's chili coffee as well. It's known as a... Well, I think it's known as like a flame burst or something. I can't remember what it's called, but I know that the iced coffee is called a Frost Nova. And there's a number of other coffees that are actually named after regulars in Affogato's past. There's also a coffee named after Archdemon Mephisto, which is of course our familiar here, so I'm actually kind of wondering what that is, to be honest. Anyway, apparently we are now getting a customer, and let's see who it is. Aha! Welcome to Witchery. Every cup brings a smile. A new coffee shop here? This storefront has been vacant for a long time. We just moved in. So, you're the shop owner? I'm Affogato, the shop owner, but everyone calls me a bleeding heart. The name's Natalie Ryan. I'm a journalist. Nice to meet you, Natalie. Welcome to Witchery, my coffee shop. Witchery? That's quite a special name for a coffee shop. We're only officially opening tomorrow, so you are our first customer. Unofficially, that is. Looks like today's my lucky day. Let's see what you have here. Latte, Americano, Mocha, Espresso, Macchiato, Cappuccino. Flame Strike, that's the name of it. What are these? Magic spells? Ah, those are our specialty magical brews. Magical? That sounds interesting. I've been a journalist for years and have seen many people believe in magic, vampires, and unicorns. Archdemon Mephisto, Tracy McLaughlin? How about these? Oh, those are personalized brews for my regulars. They each have their own preferences, so I named the brew after them. Sounds like what a bartender would do. At least my customers won't need to be carried out. So how does one become a regular? Well, time is the best judge of whether you'll be a regular or not. Sounds fair? I'll toast it with a simple Americano to celebrate our friendship. Alright, so we're now tasked with making an Americano, and thankfully they have all of the recipes right here, and that is exactly what we're going to do. So we know what to do right now because we've already made one of those just a minute ago, so we can basically just do that. So we're just going to add the water and everything, just going to mix that up, and then we're going to do this, and nice little bit of hot water. And then we are done. There we go. It's quite exotic, I guess. Never mind. Let's change the subject. Affogato, I love the color of your hair. Is there a spell to dye mine red like yours? First of all, it's not red, it's magenta. Secondly, I am born with it. That's so? There goes my woman's hair turned red overnight piece. You'll probably have better luck at a popular salon. Speaking of magic and spells, actually we deal with lots of occult stuff like that in my line of work. Occult journalist? I used to be a journalist. Now I'm reduced to nothing more than a blogger and a ghostwriter. I used to work for a local press and had a penthouse with a walk-in closet and 3 cats. And then that era died. The ever so popular newspapers and magazines were suddenly replaced by phones and tablets. True, no one cares for the newspaper I keep in the shop anymore. Well, some put their cups on them. Everyone carries a smartphone around these days, and the journalist is a thing of the past. Finally, I became unemployed and got kicked out of my place with 0 savings in my pocket. Now I live in a 100-square-foot room down the basement trying to make a living being a ghostwriter. What do you usually write about? Oh, fake news, pseudoscience, urban legends, ghost sightings. as well as magic, vampires, and unicorns. And the denizens of Aurora City love it. These days, originality, truth, quality, none of them matter. Only traffic and profit are important. Sounds tough. Ooh, tough on the mind, not the body. I used to be a journalist with standards and morals. I was committed to the quality and the truth. But now, I'm looking for inspiration to write about magic, supernatural beings, and serial killers. You mean trash? You read my mind. My job nowadays is to write trash on the internet. Well, I would never have guessed, judging by how you dress. Huh. I pawned almost everything of value already. This is the only formal suit I have now. I work 7 days a week, 5 days in the office, 2 days at home. That's how I keep my job. Oh, real talk, sounds like me. Sounds like me. I work 7 days a week too. Anyway, without it, I wouldn't survive in this city. Nor would I be able to afford even a cup of coffee. Now you got me interested in your articles. Just search up "Oh My Goddess." Alright, let me type that in. Found it. Hey, my loyal fans, welcome back to Oh My Goddess, and I'm your goddess, Nana. Don't look at me. I didn't name it. Why is your selfie at the top of the article? Beats me, not my idea, but I had to do it if I wanted to keep the job. I didn't get this job because I write good articles, it's only because... I see. Poor goddess Nana. Do you mind subscribing to the poor goddess Nana? If it helps, of course. Thank you, Affogato, you really are so nice. Told you, I wasn't called a bleeding heart for no reason. In return for your favor, I happen to have a story set for next week. Do you want to hear it first? Hit me. Ahem. Hey, my loyal fans, welcome back to Oh My Goddess, and I'm your goddess, Nana. You don't need to lead with that opening. Right, bad habit, sorry about that. This time, on Oh My Goddess, we're going to look into the mystery of the unconscious high schoolers. This title. Have you heard of the Grace Castle Academy? Nope, sounds like something you'd see in a bad horror flick. It's actually quite a prestigious school in Aurora City. It dates back centuries, just like those in a horror flick. Anyway, something out of this world happened in this school. 2 students suddenly fell into a coma. What's so out of this world about that? Have some patience. It would never have gotten my attention if it was just that. They fell into a coma under mysterious circumstances. 2 healthy students suddenly fell into a coma without any symptoms. Some experts believe we're facing a new kind of disease, but some believe them to be cursed. Not cursed, it feels more like possession. As in demonic possession? That'll serve as a nice hook. I should write it down. Natalie, you don't really believe in demons, do you? Me? Of course not. But every school has its own urban legends, walking statues, underground cemeteries, you know. If someone looked into it, they'd find that they're nothing but made-up stories told by the students. That said, it's what the audience loves to read, so who am I to argue about that? I guess that's enough complaints for the day. Time for me to smash the keyboard again. Thanks, Affogato, for listening. Anytime. The coffee's good and the shop feels nice. I'm sure you'll be able to make it here. Thanks for the vote of confidence. I'll be going now. I still have a piece that I need to write. Later. Be safe and come again. Alright. The economy's bad and everyone's suffering for it. Alright, it's getting late. Time to close the shop. Okay, so you can see already why I have likened this to Persona. Very, very much so. Because it has the day-night cycle. It has the ability to perform a variety of activities in your spare time. You're doing a job. You go into an alternate world to do a variety of other things to, hopefully vanquish inner demons and so on and so forth. And we now have a suspicious customer. I'm sorry, sir, but we're closed. Excuse me, did you hear me? Affogato, there's something wrong with him. Mephisto, where did you come from? I thought you were loafing about upstairs. Are you kidding me? I'm an all-knowing, all-powerful archdemon, and I can hear everything going on downstairs. An all-knowing, all-powerful archdemon? This is not the time for that. Just use your witch vision. Alright, so we have witch vision. This is another way for you to determine things with a demonic corruption surrounding them. So if I press V, you can now see that, of course, Mephisto does have a very, very foreboding aura. But you can see here, that this, look how light its color is. It looks like a random low-level demon, so we shouldn't have too many problems. Now we have the ability to prepare our units. So it says, clear the stage with more than 5 penta remaining. Defeat the demon. However, you lose if all deployed units are defeated. We're going to be upgrading some of our people here. So let's upgrade strength a little bit, shall we? Hey partner, let me show you how to upgrade the witch cards. First, you need to choose the witch card you want to upgrade. I highly recommend strength. Alright, yeah, I'm perfectly happy to upgrade strength then. Click the upgrade button. Here we go. So this is going to cost me 4 soul shards. So that means that I can upgrade her quite a lot. As you can see, I can upgrade her 3 times, and she is now level 3. And you can see here that she does 92 damage instead of 80. So she's gained 12 additional damage, which is definitely going to help us to eliminate enemies just that much faster. Anyway, let's go for it. Let's go straight on in and see exactly what we're up against. Alright, so here we go. Let's send strength in first, and hopefully we're going to be okay to deal with this. This is going to be pretty harsh, all things considered, so we're just going to summon Chariot here. Hopefully that's going to be enough to get us past this. Strength has already been eliminated, unfortunately, but we're going to go and get this Penta here. This is going to be very, very important for us because we do need to get strength back out on the field. There we go. Now we can hopefully do some damage here. Then we'll go this way, hopefully get this chest, eliminate this other opponent. There we go. And now we can also get the world out here too. We're just going to be moving on forward. We can eliminate this one later on down the line, and we can just move over this way. Hopefully doing some damage in the meantime. We also have regeneration potentially available, but I'm not sure if that's really necessary. Hopefully the world will actually heal our person. Yeah, as you can see, we are actually getting the world to heal us, which is perfect. Now you can see here that this is very, very close. It's almost like a puzzle, as you do have to maximize absolutely every single thing you are given, including every resource, every little bit of HP and everything. Otherwise, apart from that, we're now at a checkpoint. This is a checkpoint here, so obviously going forward from now, we have this checkpoint. This is a wonderful card to use, which provides you with a healing field, but I'm going to try not to use that if I can help it, because that is something that is going to use Penta, and I would like to be able to try to do this without using that, as I'd like to try and get 5 Penta, as you can see, with more than 5 Penta remaining. That is the challenge that we have to do, so I'd like to be able to complete that if at all possible. Otherwise, we're just going to be moving this way. Okay, the world is going to heal soon-ish. There we go, nice damage. No, I want to go this way, please. Thank you. Nice. We got that last little bit of Penta there, and the world is going to get a little bit more charges. Ah, not enough. Okay. Well, that's absolutely fine. We can now move this way. We have 6 Penta, so hopefully this is going to actually result in us achieving victory with the challenge completed. That is very much a, crossing my fingers sort of thing. And I actually, okay, I did the wrong thing right here. I went back, but that's fine because, there are no enemies. We don't need to really worry about that. So we're just going to move on. This is a secret pathway. I mean, technically not so secret because you can very easily see it, but obviously this is something that you want to try and explore as best you can. And I mean, Mephisto says it is a secret path. So yeah, this is where you're going to find this memory shard of the drunken patron. And we're going to be able to pick that up and then fight some of these guys. I don't even know what they're going to do, but hopefully the world will actually continue healing our people. There we go. And then we're just going to focus on the boss, and hopefully that's going to be enough. And there it is. Wonderful. All right, so we were able to achieve victory. I don't even know what the challenge has given us, but hopefully it's going to give us something good. And we've got some more soul shards as well, so we can actually upgrade some of our other characters before we head into the next battle. We also gained 700 gold, which is extremely important for our rent. And you may think, well, where do you get the gold from if you're going into the Mind Labyrinth? Well, you got to ask Mephisto that. Yes, indeed. Anyway, as you can see, where am I? What happened? And who are you? Are you awake? Welcome to the Aurora City. You got drunk and came to my place looking for trouble. No, I wasn't drunk. That's what every drunk says. I don't remember me having a drink. That's what they all say, too. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I'll be going now. Yeah, get out of here, or I'll make you pay for everything. Alright, Mephisto, would you lock the door, please? I had enough weird customers for the day. Really? I mean, we could lure some more in and make them pay up. Give it up already. I'm a good witch, remember? I'm no criminal. Oh, how boring. We could have earned this month's rent if you weren't such a saint. Yes, indeed. Alright, and now we are in Affogato's bedroom. So now what we can do is we can just go straight to bed, or we can change into a different outfit or anything like that. Bear in mind, this is the demo version of the game. This isn't even the full version, and there's so many things to do. Anyway, we're just going to confirm that, and you can see that we gained some business income, we got some battle income, and we now have 1,550 in savings, which is actually not too bad, considering there's, what, 4 days remaining? Yeah, I think there are 4 days remaining until the rent is due. Ooh, who do we have here? All right, I have yeah, I think you could kind of tell who this was. This is Aoi, of course. If you remember from the beginning of the video, we had to fight her as a huge boss. She was a huge boss. And yeah, this is going to be very, very important for us to see what we can do about this. As you can see, she has, well, I'm not actually going to show you too much of the story, just in case you want to play this yourself. But basically, the gist of it is, she has some friends that don't really value her for her, if you know what I mean, and they're basically just using her for her popularity, because as she rightfully claims later on down the line, she is pretty unhappy with how things are going in her own life, and she's had to give up a lot of hobbies and various other things that she has actually very much cherished in the past to become popular. And becoming popular has not really given her any kind of happiness at all. So, that's the reason. Anyway, you must be the new coffee shop that just opened up around here. Well, we just opened and you guys are our first customers. Cool, count us lucky. Do we get discounts or something? Half price for the second cup? Our proud artisan coffee won't disappoint you. Sounds good. Hey, my red-headed coffee shop owner, quiz time. Coffee or cola? I'm sorry? Coffee or cola? Don't think. Just go with your instinct. First of all, it's not red, it's magenta. Secondly, regarding your question, coffee. If you're asking me which one I prefer, I'll have to say coffee. I get it. Why else would you be running a coffee shop? Then, what do you recommend as the shop's owner? I highly recommend you try our signature coffee, the Frost Nova. Frost Nova? It's one of our specialties. We're different from other chain coffee shops like that. Well, I did ask you for your recommendation. We'll take 3 Frost Novas. Got it. 3 Frost Novas coming up. Alright, so this is one of the specialty coffees. In my opinion, very, very cool. I like this a great deal. Iced coffee, really, really nice. So, yeah. Otherwise, we're just going to do coffee beans, as you might expect. Very, very, very standard here. Then we're just going to do this. Water in the coffee machine. It's just a standard Americano here. Just add some more water and then add some ice. And then we're basically done. There we have it. Wonderful. Looks very tasty. Very tasty to me. All right. Unbelievable. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary iced coffee, but it tastes amazing. How did you do it? Magical, isn't it? Man, coffee really is the good stuff. A cup of coffee in the morning really gets the day going. As long as you like it. You make a mean cup of coffee. You're not new at this at all, are you? I'll tell you this is not my first coffee shop. Is that so? What happened to the others? They closed down because the coffee was disgusting? Of course not. You're joking, aren't you? Well, it's time for school. We better get going. Anna, Betty? Yeah, let's go, Aoi. Let's go. Hey, I like your coffee. I'll surely be back. Thanks for that. Another customer. Oh, we have another one. Welcome to Witchery. What can I get you today? Come again? Ah! All right, yeah, she, as you can see, she's a bit shy. All right, she's a bit shy. I think she has a little bit of social anxiety. I think everyone has a little bit of social anxiety nowadays, right? Anyway, why does she run away screaming? Do I really look so scary? I don't think that's the case. Welcome to Witchery. What would you like today? Yikes! And she's out of there. She's out of there again. Did I scare her away again? Hey, are you alright? What happened? Do you need help? Should I call the police or an ambulance for you? No. No need to call. I'm fine. That's a relief. I thought you got robbed of everything. So, you're safe. You didn't get into trouble with someone or get hit by a car. Then, are you a Girl Scout here to sell your cookies? No? Credit card, maybe? Sorry, no one ever gets my dry jokes. I was gonna say dry dokes, but no, that's not right either. Anyway, do you want a cup of coffee? Sure. Alrighty, that's what you're here for, isn't it? So, what can I get you? Take your time. I'll have a latte, please. Alright, one latte coming right up. Alright, so we're going to make a latte. As you can see, this is espresso plus milk. Super nice and easy. Very much love lattes myself. And we are going to be going for this. There we go. So it's an espresso plus milk. There's also a milk frother over here as well, by the way. So if you're someone that really likes milk froth, boom, they've got you covered. So there it is. Look at that. Look at how beautiful that looks. Very nice. Yum! I'm glad you like it. Excuse me, you are the shop owner, right? Yeah, that's me. I'm Lindsay. And I'm Affogato. Nice to meet you, Lindsay. Your hair. I was born with this color, not dyed. Also, it's not red, it's magenta. Making conversation is getting hard. Ma'am, I want... You want... I want to ask if I can part... Huh? Come again, please? I can't hear you. Part-time. I want to ask if I can part-time here. Are you looking for help? Part-time, is it? Sorry, we just opened and we're fine right now. I see. Can I ask you a question? Please do. Why do you want to work here? You need money or... I live close by. I want to work as a waitress. I'm sorry that we really don't need anyone, but if you really need a job, I can keep my eyes open for you. I'm a college student. Yeah, that's... So you are a college student? Yes, I'm a college student. I'm sorry, I'm a bit of an introvert. I can see that. I major in music. Music? Then you'll need to perform in public, don't you? Yes, that's correct. And that's why I want to find a job that forces me to interact with people. To overcome your social anxiety issues. Yes, to overcome my social anxiety. Now I get it, like baptism by fire. So, can I work here? Lindsay, listen, I really want to help you out. But the truth is, I don't have the money to hire an employee. Tell you what, leave your number with me and I'll contact you if I find something that suits you. Or if the business grows well and this place gets busy, I will need the help. If you're still interested by then, I'll hire you in a heartbeat. Alright, thank you. I'll be going now. Be sure to drop by when you have the chance. I will. And there we go, there's Lindsay. Gosh, I'm beat. It's the first time I have to deal with an introvert like this. Oh, you don't know me, Affogato, you don't know me. Alright, so anyway, now it is going to turn to evening, and this is when you actually get the opportunity to maybe walk around a little bit. So we'll see what happens with that. Yes, we are going to be taking a stroll. We're going to take a stroll outside, and we have the ability to explore wherever we want to, and we can interact with whoever we want to. We can actually interact with some of the side characters to progress their side quests, or we can go to certain locations to increase our RPG statistics, like I talked to you about before. As you can see here, in addition to playing through the main story, you can also spend your time enjoying various events. And spending time in stores can increase your stats. Engaging in dialogue sequences with story characters on the street can unlock side stories for these characters, and inevitably send you into battle more often. So, for example, if I were to go this way, I could go into $3 if I wanted to do that. I could go into, well, actually, I couldn't go into anywhere here. Apparently, this is all the way over. But you can see here, look at this. We can now select the maps. This is the fast travel system, as you can see. So we can go to the arcade here, we can go to Grace Castle Academy, or to the Memorial Hospital. These are all the different locations that you can currently access at the beginning of the game, and every single one of those has specific characters that you'll be able to interact with. As you can see, we have Natalie here. We can potentially interact with her if we want to, or we can go into one of these networking clubs or anything like that. Otherwise, I'm just going to speak to Natalie. Oh, Affogato, hello. Are you alright, Natalie? Do I not look alright? Well, not so good, actually. You look pretty worn out, and your eyes, well, you look like you're on death's door. As a coffee shop owner, you sure know how to talk with your guest. It's just another day working overtime, writing around the clock. I thought I'd sneak out for some fresh air. You don't need some fresh air, you need a fresh start at a less hectic job. You know how bad the economy's been recently? Even the media's been hit by the recession. I'm lucky to even have a job. Even if a talented writer like you has been relegated to living on the streets, Aurora City is doomed. When I had just lost my job, I was penniless and homeless. I almost had to leave my cat with the animal shelter. Ever considered taking your cat out on the street and busking? I hear it's all the rage these days. Playing music, singing, art, fortune-telling, magic, those are just a few of the things I can't do. All I do is write cruddy articles nobody cares about, doomed to lose my job and live on the streets. I'm irrelevant, obsolete, and I'm not even 30 yet. If I saw you writing letters home for others on the street, I'd give you a chance. I mean, if I didn't have my cell. Millennials don't even know what writing letters home means. Alright, break time is over. I'm heading back to work. Remember to come back for a coffee when you're free. And there you go. So that progresses the little bit of story that we currently know about Natalie. And obviously she is very much down on her luck writer. We need to kind of maybe help her out with that a little bit. And we'll see what happens. Anyway, we are now back. And we can now potentially... Oh, wait a minute. What do we have here? We've got another person. I was going to say we could now potentially go to sleep, but no. We have an old friend here. Okay, so basically, Sarah is another witch. She is another witch, and she is one of the regulars, quote-unquote, that we have a coffee named after in the shop. And she is the guardian of Grace Castle Academy. And basically, she gives us a quest. I'm actually just going to skip past a lot of this because this is actually, you know, kind of story-based, spoilerish kind of stuff. And I want you to experience this for yourself. But basically, you need to go to the arcade, which we have on our map. There is a fast travel system, so you can go to the map and you can go to the arcade, and you have to figure out what's actually going on there. That's what she tasks you with doing, and that's your next main mission that you get to go and do. And otherwise, we now have to make a mocha for her. So as you can see, this is actually a pretty significant recipe here. We need to make an espresso with chocolate sauce, milk, and whipped cream. Pretty significant, isn't it? So yeah, anyway, we're just going to be doing this. There we go. And then we need to put the cream into the milk frother as well. Let's actually milk froth that up. Let's put the chocolate sauce in here as well as the milk. Need to make sure that's all good. And then we can pour this in there. And there we have it. All done. Wonderful. Look at how wonderful and tasty and delicious that looks. Oh, yes. I would love that. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, never mind. I'm not having it. She's having it. And, yeah. So... she is obviously going to task us with handling some low-level demons. And we have 10 tasks from her. Tell you what, I'll take 3. Okay, so 3 tasks. You take care of 3 tasks and I'll let you stay. Because apparently, according to the laws of the witches, only 1 witch is allowed in any particular region. And so, you know, that's what she's allowing you to do now. So otherwise, we're going to familiarize ourselves with the city, and there's a target on Jubilee Arcade that needs to be cleansed. And so that means, well, yes, as you can see, every night he appears in Jubilee Arcade. In other words, after our day job, after our daytime section is done, and it switches to evening time, we then have the ability to walk around and we can go to the arcade and we can see what's going on with this guy, and we can try to rid him of his demons, his inner demons. And so that's basically what she's talking about right here. And otherwise, I think that's probably about it for this episode. If you would like to check out Affogato, there is a link in the description. And otherwise, definitely add it to your Steam wishlist if you're a fan of RPG, if you're a fan of Persona, if you're a fan of reverse tower defense, dynamic puzzle games, anything like that, you're going to love this. Also, even just making the coffee is really enjoyable. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.